Oh, yeah.
Thank you so very, very much. We appreciate it. We do. That was my...
Your what? You forgot?
No.
How old are you? You're not like...
I just said this isn't supposed to be political.
You're not like 9... What?
This is not supposed to be political.
You're not 94. You're 64. You can remember it.
That was
what you
my
forgot.
impersonation of Biden saying hello to the crowd that he knew wasn't there during the one debate.
I thought it was just music from an album or something.
No, but then there were applesauce there. There were applause.
I know, but
That's
that
what we
doesn't
call
mean
it in
anything.
theater.
That was just okay.
We called him, well, but I was waving.
It was not a political opening, I'm telling you. It was not a political opening.
Everything is political.
It was your
right
music.
now. Look, I don't care what anybody thinks. If I'm starting a timer, we're actually going to do a timer here.
Tony the Tiger is on the other side. I'm telling you, it was not political for you.
No. Oh, stop it. Go to your box.
It wasn't.
Go to your box.
It was like music that you do. I mean, I don't know where you pulled that out of the air.
It was music. I didn't pull it out of the air.
You did. Like,
I don't know how to use my phone.
I don't know how you got that as a political thing.
Because I was making fun of when Biden came in and he knew there were only two moderators.
But that was...
Would you let me finish? There were two moderators there, and he was thanking everybody, you know. And they get after the other guy, you know, like he's saying.
But our boss, Tony the Tiger, does not do that.
So the first question
I'm telling you, you're wrong.
What is your favorite place to travel?
So cute.
What is your favorite? I don't know if I'm really a good golfer or a bad paintball player. You paintballers, you know what I'm talking about. And
I guarantee you, look at me. I look all clean lines. Fabulous hat, scarf, and everything, and then this one, that's a mess.
It looks like the hat that
that's a mess right there.
Mary Poppins.
And then that background with the shirt. I'm just saying, they're coming to me.
Who?
I'm just everybody. I'm just stylish.
Chimney sweeps unite.
See, he's making fun of my hat.
There I go,
love
getting
my hat.
political
I
again.
don't
So
look
people
like
have been
Dick Van
asking-
Dyke, but I wish
Stop.
I did. Okay.
People have been take a drink, please. People have been asking, what is our favorite place to travel? Because we have been kind of inadvertently doing this travel show from the now gone
Debunked
motorhome.
RV.
The gone RV.
Debunked RV.
Well, it was a great RV, but people have asked about that. What are your favorite RVs? Now, my parents used to drag us around in an Airstream trailer. And then I've had everything from a Vogue. At that time, it was huge. It was...
I didn't know RVs were Vogue. You know, like Vogue, like the magazine, like stylish. Are there stylish RVs? I just want to know.
That was the name of the
women out there
RV.
want to know, do you have stylish RVs?
Well, of course you do.
Well, I think our new one's really beautiful.
It is beautiful. But, so I've traveled in everything from a Vogue, there's the new one. Yeah, sure.
Woo!
There goes the
That's
surprise.
gorgeous.
So if you see that going down the road, that's not us. That's not us. It just looks like us.
And everybody wants us to put a 01 on it, but then everyone will never be able to.
Am I going to have to take notes so I can just try to complete a sentence?
We're an old married couple now. What do you expect?
That's what they said in Singing in the Rain. They've been married for 2 months and they're still acting like newlyweds. We saw the greatest show last night. We saw Singing in the Rain at the Hollywood Bowl on the big screen, and then they had a bunch of smaller screens.
So good.
With the L.A. Philharmonic doing all of the music. Somehow they ripped all of the underscoring and all of the musical numbers out, but not the vocals. So I'm not sure how they did this. But they pulled that all out, and the L.A. Philharmonic played all of the background music, and all of that, my gosh. It was
good.
So good. My understanding is that was it. They're not doing it again.
One night. It was one magical night.
But they've done it with West Side Story. They've done it with, oddly enough, I would not put Galaxy Quest in the same category as Singing in the Rain.
Why do you bring that up? That is so not Singing in the Rain or West Side Story.
Because
Galaxy
the same
Quest
conductor that did the show last night scored Galaxy Quest. And he's a remarkable, I wish I could, Tony, would you pull up the gentleman's name so I can actually look
And it's usually
intelligent?
Dudamel. It's usually Maestro Dudamel. I'm just saying.
So we enjoy everywhere we go, and we have really, obviously, no plan. Except this last trip, we wanted to stay as close as we could to Route 66, as much as we could.
Get your kicks on Route 66. And we did. We had so much fun.
We did. We have a great time. That's where you find the best food, I think, in our country. You find it
Roadkill Cafe.
Even when you're in a populated area, the main street through Chicago is actually Route 66. The main street through Albuquerque is Route 66. The main street through where we were
Santa Monica.
It's where it ends in Santa Monica, which also means Santa Monica Boulevard. And where we were just in Oklahoma. We were in Oklahoma City. Looks mighty pretty.
Oklahoma, Oklahoma.
So,
did you know that John sent a bunch
the
of
restaurants?
musicals?
In fact, the ones that you were, does it go through Indianapolis?
No.
If it doesn't go through through Indianapolis, then the main street through Indianapolis is, if you're driving by it on the interstate, driving by Indy on the interstate, it will be the business route. It's a green sign, and it will say business route. So I urge you,
Illinois,
if you
honey.
are traveling to,
No, I'm just saying Illinois is west of Indiana, so we just missed it, unfortunately. It ends in Chicago. It goes Chicago to
L.A.
Yeah.
Santa
Monica. Right over here.
What I was saying is that if you would like to go through the original streets and have the original food, perhaps stay in the original hotels or motels, which comes from motor court. That was back in the day when people who had a little bit of property and someone had some carpentry skills, they would build a motor court for when people first started motoring, when driving your car actually became a pastime rather than just a means of transportation. People would drive their cars and they would stay in these motor courts, and it was a big selling tool that they could drive up to their room and park their car under their own little portagere. So that's where motor courts came from, and invariably the people who opened the motor court would have the best chicken noodle soup, or they would have some great cinnamon roll or something that their family had been making for a long time, and it was wonderful. You can still experience that, right? That's what we've been experiencing.
Well, we do prefer...
Don't tell me you have nothing to say.
I always have something to say. I'm trying to be quiet because I love you. You're my husband and we're an old married couple now, but I still want to let you talk. Sometimes.
What were you saying?
I'm just saying, Route 66, what's great about this is it's Americana, and we're able to
By the way, this is Drinks with Dee Dee and John.
Oh, that's go. David Newman.
David
oh, my
Newman.
gosh, he was so great last night.
The maestro last night. It was brilliant. So...
Yeah, that was...
We love everything about it. Yes, you may. Thank you.
If you all can go, if you go to LA, just check out the Hollywood Bowl if you can, because it's such an experience. And John and I were moved last night. You know, we've had a lot of wonderful times in our life, sad times as well. But there's something about the Hollywood Bowl that's like no other experience because you're outside. Mm-hmm. You have this big dome. And then we're seeing the movie, we're seeing Singing in the Rain, and then you look down and you see these people, you know, with the violins and the drums and everything else.
It's called an orchestra.
I know, but
and it's called a clamshell, just in case. It's called a clamshell. It's a clamshell. Because it looks like a clamshell. Yes, that's why they call it a clamshell. But
that's pretty too. So you get to see everybody like playing their instruments and the flutes and the whole thing. And you're like,
play the flute.
I play the flute.
You played the flute. Past tense.
No, I can still play it. The flute and batons.
I know what a topic or what's going to happen on the next show.
Well, you have to buy me one.
Flautists.
Well, let me tell you what I did when I was in high school.
Are you like a Jethro Tull flautist, or are you a...
No, I don't even know what that means, but I can assure you now. I am a Singing in the Rain flautist.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I heard like little... Yeah. So in high school, this girl didn't have enough money for a flute, so I just gave her mine. And so I don't have one now. But I would like to get one. So seriously, there
are more flutes.
I know. I think I could pick it up. So you could,
So you haven't played the flute since high school, and you're still a flautist.
Of course, once a flautist, always a flautist, and it's like a bicycle. You don't forget. I can play the flute. Yeah. I can play the flute. I don't know why you're questioning this. Of course I can.
I'm not questioning this.
I mean, you can play the guitar, right? You didn't play it since Nam, but you can still play.
Nam?
When was their last concert? It's been a while.
I never went to
play.
Nam.
I know, but that's an expression. Like it was a long time ago. Duh.
Oh, is that what Tim thinks? It's just an expression. It's not stolen valor. Damn it! I did it again.
See, I'm not doing this. I how am I not the political? I used to be so political.
We're going to get to that.
I used to be so political, but now I'm a comic.
You're funny.
I'm the funny one.
You are funny.
You want to take the political, like, war. You want to do that, like that picture. That is a crazy picture with your shirt. See, my side.
I took that picture in the bathroom at a pizza parlor in Hammond, Louisiana. I did.
I believe you.
You don't get paid every time you hit that symbol, okay?
It wasn't at Rodeo Drive. That picture's not in Rodeo Drive, and it's certainly not in Manhattan. I mean, because, the white-haired guy is gone. Campbell Soup guy. That's what it sort of looks like. But my side is clean lines. I have my scarf. I have my hat. And you are a mess.
That's Albert Einstein.
You're a mess.
That's Albert Einstein.
You're a mess. But I love you. You're a beautiful mess.
I'm a mess, and she thinks Albert Einstein is Andy Warhol. Okay.
No, I didn't say that.
Go ahead, hit it.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I'm going to take that flute, so help me. I'm going to take that flute and put it where the flute don't shine. So people were asking us about our travels, and I'm urging to you, please, if you travel.
You're urging to them? I'm urging to you.
Are you questioning my
No.
grasp of the English language
No,
now?
never.
This is Drinks with Dee Dee and John. So,
So, correct. So
what I was saying was that if you do travel and you don't take an airplane, if you don't go through the whole airport thing, then I'm urging you to get off the interstate. Now, you can't, we tried to go all the way across country, not on the interstate east to west, and that's very difficult because 40 took over a lot of Route 66. But whatever interstate you're on, if you see that green sign and it says business route, which is really how you say the word. Sorry, Bobby Troop.
Not route.
Look it up. Sorry, Nat King Cole.
Route.
But if you take that business route, that's where you will find really the magic stuff that we've been finding. Because we don't look on our phones and say, okay, what are we gonna find? We're gonna go to this specific place.
Yeah, I mean, that looks interesting.
Yeah, because we see.
And
a
it
sign.
usually is.
What was the rabbit? What was the angry?
Oh my gosh, the angry rabbit. That was so great.
Or whatever, the angry rabbit.
No, it was the angry rabbit, and they're like, we opened during COVID. It's been so bad, but this was an amazing find, and it was right on a main street because I love Main Street. John and I both do. We live on a main street, the best main street in America. So we do appreciate Main Street USA, and I believe the Mother Road is Main Street USA throughout the country.
Well, yeah, Route 66. But all Route 66 did, for those of you who love to travel, all Route 66 did was to connect the main streets of all those people, all those cities in that song. Don't forget Winona, Kingman, Oatman is in there too. So it connected those streets so that when you were traveling west, actually Route 66 is one of the only roads that starts. It goes north to south and then takes a left-hand turn. Right, it depends on which way you're facing. Takes a west-hand turn. But those are the roads, those are the places where these great places are. So when you see a road sign, we went to Geronimo not long ago.
That was great.
And we got, thank God, we went in there and we picked up, we purchased some, that's the end for that topic. We purchased
petrified wood.
Petrified wood. And I'm glad we did, because had we gone to the petrified forest, which we did, and picked any up, I think that's a
bad
not
luck.
Only is it a federal crime?
We would never do that.
But you would be cursed for the rest of your life.
We didn't
do that.
No, we bought the petrified wood officially.
So when you are doing this travel, please respect the rules of the road. Please respect the laws of the little towns that you're going through. Don't go over the speed limit. Not just to keep you from getting a ticket, but one of the great things about these places is that these are places where kids still ride their bicycles, and they don't look both ways because they're 9, and they're riding a bicycle after school across
It's still
the road.
Americana.
It still is Americana. You can still find, if you're over 50, if you're over 40, if you're over 60, you can still find the America that you grew up in, but you just have to go out and look for it. And then be surprised by it, be enchanted by it, and enjoy every minute of it. And let them know. Say, look, I love this little town. This is so great. I'm going to come back here. We went to one place, I think with Winslow. We've been to Winslow. But where I had been with my father, I had
Winslow,
been with
Arizona.
my kids, and yeah, I'd been many
On the
times.
corner, such
Keep
a
going
fine
back.
sight to see. Because we went there, we went to La Posada, and they named a suite after Paul Sorvino, the great Paul Sorvino. And then I think they'll do that for John as well, is my guess. Cheers to that. It's a
A&P.
beautiful place, La Posada. But everyone's like, and that was lovely and wonderful and deep. But they're like, well, why didn't you do the picture with the statue on the corner? Nobody cares about anything but that freaking corner with the Ford, flatbed Ford.
I know. I took a picture at another corner, and then this one gets after me. That's not the corner. So what do they say in the corner?
No, but
They give
sing
an
that
address
part,
in the song?
honey, sing that part of the song.
And then on a corner in
Winslow, Arizona.
What
Such a fine sight to see.
There's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. Yeah,
Take it easy. But everybody's there when they're... Yeah,
I heard they actually wrote that song in Pacoima, but it didn't rhyme.
But, you had a...
Fine, now you had a great opportunity.
So anyway, here's
We have to move on to
Winslow.
the next question.
No, wait a minute. So in Winslow, it's sort of deserted, but you have all these people doing the picture on the corner of Winslow,
No,
Arizona.
Winslow is
Such
not
a,
deserted. I beg to differ. Winslow is a growing concern.
But that doesn't sound like a growing concern. Sounds negative.
Growing, not a groan, a growing concern.
No, I mean I'm just saying that it was like a convention of people wanting their picture on
They
the
wanted
corner.
the picture there. There was
in
a
Winslow,
beautiful
Arizona.
blues
Such
player across
yeah.
the street. Remember, he was over there playing the blues.
No, there was. In other words, my point is, I was paying
Don't
them.
just listen to the song. Go to the.
I
go
was
to Winslow.
paying them a compliment.
There we are.
There it is.
Oh my God! I'm wearing the same shirt.
He wears it once a week.
Wait a minute. Yes, I have washed it.
He wears it once a week. He loves that shirt. I love that shirt.
I love this
it's
shirt.
Great.
Yeah.
It's great.
I mean, they're very good at golf.
But that was a very. But you know what I love is I love these Americana stops, and that's one of them. Was the point I was trying
Did
to
you
make.
used to do that at all? Did you and Paul do that?
No, Paul was sort of like first class flying kind of. He didn't really do that stuff.
But what's the restaurant we went to? There's a movie named after it. Oh my God!
Where?
It's an Italian restaurant.
It's a
we went to
very
two Italian
broad.
restaurants.
That's
we went
very
to two
broad
Italian restaurants
question.
in Indianapolis.
Well, St.
Elmo's
Elmo's.
Fire. St. Elmo.
St. Elmo's.
Oh, gee, what movie was named after that? I don't know. Ben-Hur,
boy,
maybe?
Are you crazy? That came way after St. Elmo's in Indianapolis. They didn't name it after freaking Rob Lowe and Demi Moore. Are you nuts?
I said it the other way around.
No, they were
Would you
there
listen?
first.
That's what I
It's
said.
historic.
They named the movie after the restaurant. That's what I said.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like the Cheers bar.
And Woody Harrelson, do you know what college he went to?
Hanover.
Mine.
That's right.
And he
now
said
he
he's
has
from
his
Hanover.
own CBD line, and so do I.
Yeah.
So there, Woody.
So by Bose.
C-Bo-D, it's called.
C-Bo-D.
C-Bo-D, and it is, yes, it's apple pie moonshine. How did you get your start?
In what? Honey, I started.
In what you do, because by the way,
I started in the womb. I started in the womb. I don't know what you're talking about. You were 19 jumping over the fence, but I started in the womb. I came out ready.
I was 60.
I'm just saying I did.
What does that even mean?
Well, you're saying how did you get
She
your
has an Emmy.
start?
By the way, she has an Emmy.
How did you
She
get your
was
start?
on
What does that mean?
Fox a lot. She's a stand-up comic, which really
Why are we
blows
talking
my
about
mind.
this? Who
Because
cares?
it's one of the questions. How did you get your start?
Okay, right, okay. So we are trying to stay with a
see this?
schematic of questions
this?
from people.
That's a timer.
All right.
It's questions from you, because otherwise she'll just ramble and I will sit here.
I'm not rambling.
And herd cats.
That is not true. I'm not just rambling.
That's about the most true thing I've said all day.
No way. I have an Emmy. Do you have an Emmy?
That's what So what led you to your role or your road, got you down the road to get you an Emmy? I've never held an Emmy.
Because I talk a lot. And eventually, if you talk a lot, there will be good things that come out of your mouth. It's that easy.
About that.
It's that easy. I mean, What
did you win your Emmy for?
Fresh Outlook. And I was very fresh.
Fresh Outlook. Oh, yeah, so it was
very fresh
Outlook.
Yeah, I was very controversial.
About what?
International news and local news
political?
And movies. I was, but then when I married Paul, I stopped it because he was so popular in Hollywood. And then he said, he has that right-winger crazy wife, and I didn't want him to get, any problems with me.
Paul
so
was
I stopped.
Conservative.
Yeah, I know, but I'm a right-winger. I mean, so I stopped the politics. And, the thing about Hollywood, and I'll give them credit for this, Hollywood, they're very left. Hollywood's crazy left. We know this. And that's okay. Everybody's got their opinions.
Absolutely.
And I admit, I'm a right-winger. I'm from Indiana, born in Kentucky. I'm right-winger. And Hollywood is to the left. My God, we could throw out baseball and hit Warner Brothers right now. Oh, the studio that John sued, by the way. But my point is this, because I am going to make it. No, let me make it.
Please do.
So I was very far to the right. Then I married Paul, and he was such an icon and so lovely and a legend in Hollywood. I said, and I felt bad there by saying, what is with your crazy...
Dame at the end of the bar.
Crazy right-wing wife. And I felt bad. I didn't want to give him a hard time.
Both of you who laughed at that. Thank you.
So then... I started acting, which is way easier because you don't...
What did you do acting? What was your first acting role?
I think maybe I was the queen of Iran. I was.
In what?
I don't remember the name of it. I don't know.
All right. Well, that's cool. I didn't know that. I'm learning a lot.
Queen of Iran. I mean, and then some other... Criminal Minds, which was with Gary Sinise, and they gave me a gun. It was a prop gun.
Love
so Gary I got Sinise. To walk through that.
It was
yeah,
a
great
prop
guy.
Gun.
A pop gun. I wish it was a pop gun. I love pop guns. But I decided that, whenever you get married... Mister...
Yeah.
Mister...
I was talking to Alec Baldwin.
Mister, when you get married, you make sacrifices. So for Paul, I did that because he was so popular. You're not, so it doesn't matter. I don't have to do it. Because you are not popular in Hollywood. Nobody likes you here. Everybody loved Paul Sorvino. They don't like you. Well, it's true. I mean, am I wrong? They don't like you here.
Paul was so popular, and you're not.
You're not, because you're a right-winger totally, and you tell them all off whenever. And Paul was lovely and sweet. And
wait a minute, I'm lovely and sweet.
I know, but not to Hollywood.
If I'm not lovely and sweet, do you have the ability to bleep things out?
No, don't bleep it out, because it's true. He knows it is. You love that. You love
if
that.
If I'm not lovely and sweet, then fuck off.
Okay, that's my point.
That's why I asked.
See?
Of course we do.
But you are so amazing in your stances and what you believe in and whatever.
Now I'm amazing. I was not very popular a minute ago.
Well, you're
not
here. You're
still
not popular here.
You mean okay? Well, that's okay.
They don't like you here. I mean, you're like.
Well, I was raised. People.
You're freaking Dukes of Hazzard with the rumble flag.
No, I'm also haves and have-nots. Thank you very next. And I'm Smallville. Thank you very much. That was 10 years.
I know, but it wasn't Goodfellas. They love him.
I understand that. They were afraid of him. They were afraid of Jim Craig. I know. That's the difference.
That's really what it is. It's about the mafia.
We were talking
what? It all goes back to the mafia, doesn't it? It all goes back to the mafia every time.
Look, somebody asked me if I ever played bad people in movies. Yes, I did. I played a very bad guy in an episode of Leverage called The Studio Job.
Someone mentioned that the other day. It was good to be the bad guy.
I know they do. They do. And then also I was in a show called Nip Tuck.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, I love that show.
That was a great show. That was a whole lot of fun, and I played.
And you were a porn star.
I was a retired porn star.
A retired porn star, even better.
Who owned Penetrate Video, which was also a growing concern, like Winslow, Arizona. Hit it.
No,
something. Thank you.
A retired porn star.
Stop that. Well, yeah, because after a while you get tired of being a porn star. So I did that show, Nip Tuck. I did another show called Dirty Sexy Money. That was a great show. And
what did you do in that show? Dirty.
I actually played a gay senator in that show.
Okay. Well, there's no problem with that. But did you do porn?
No, that was Nip Tuck.
Okay.
Wow, that's just quite.
Well, that's way more interesting. I mean, if you are retired, I'm still on the retired porn star thing because it's very funny.
Okay.
Because after a while, so you did porn.
I think people are trying to find Dirty Sexy Money. Now, I've tried to find it. I can't.
I know.
Find
I'm
it.
just saying.
Billy Baldwin. One of the funniest things.
God.
I mean, my God, this scene was so funny. Where I misread. He was trying to. I was a powerful senator. He was trying to. I guess I was a senator. Anyway, he was
trying to blackmail you.
No, not at all. No, he was trying to lobby me into something, and I took it the wrong way, and it is hysterical because
so you thought he was wanting gay sex.
Well, and my guy was my guy
porn?
was gay. No, get off the porn
No,
thing.
I know, but I'm so confused. I am conflating the two shows.
Can you just?
But you
pot
said
her
that.
down?
You said
Can you
gay
pot her down?
porn.
No.
Yeah, okay.
So, no. Anyway, so it was a great scene. If you can find it, I can't find it anywhere. But
because nobody wants to play it because it's very controversial.
What?
I don't know. Well, you can't find it. There's a reason for that.
There must be. Donald Sutherland was in it. Elizabeth Shue was in it. It was a great show. It was a great show. And we shot it at Paramount, which now apparently just closed their doors. Right, so Paramount.
No, the TV part of streaming, something. Not Paramount didn't close their doors. They're gay.
What
they have the most
beautiful. It said Paramount
I know,
Studios
but I
closes
think
its
it's
doors.
TV or streaming or something. That beautiful gate's still up, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure the gate is still. You can't believe everything you see because last week I heard that Kamala Harris is running for president.
Here we go. See?
Oh, come on.
This is why.
Nothing. I don't have a flautist or anything with that. Space, the final frontier.
This is why. I mean, I don't want to make you feel bad.
So that's how she started. I didn't start. I started because I watched a movie called Yankee Doodle Dandy. And I saw Jimmy Cagney playing George M. Cohan, which you quoted last night, actually, as we were going down the stairs.
Remember when he goes down the stairs at the end and he does the dance all the way down? I'm like, oh my gosh.
I would love to see that.
Wow.
With the LA Philharmonic.
Wow.
That would be great.
It would
so
be.
Yankee
Good
Doodle
idea.
Dandy really affected me. I saw it on the 4th of July in Katona, New York. I saw that.
I'm a Yankee
And
Doodle
I thought,
Dandy.
Oh, it's so
a
wonderful.
Yankee Doodle do
And
or
also
die.
over there.
Oh,
The
gosh,
Yanks
that's
are
great.
coming. So George M. Cohan was wonderful.
My mother
lyricist,
thanks you.
wonderful.
My father
thanks you. And I thank you. Top of the world, Ma. Love Jimmy Cagney. And that movie, I saw someone who was a singer, was a dancer, was a writer, and was an actor, obviously, because Jimmy Cagney was in the movie, and I was a big Jimmy Cagney fan. But I saw, my gosh, you don't have to pick one of those. If you do musical theater, you can do all of it. So I started doing musical theater at 8 years old, and by the time the opportunity for Dukes of Hazzard came around, I had been doing theater for 10 years, even though I was only 18. I think that's pretty cool.
It is cool.
So that my thing to you out there, you're probably not a child watching this podcast, but if you have a child who is incredibly interested in something, they have what you may call splinter skills. Like they're infatuated with baseball, they're infatuated with law. They interior design, whatever it is that your children are just live for. A fireman. My daughter's a firefighter. If your children just live for something, please encourage them to do that. Because I believe, honestly, that when we're about 7 or 8 years old, that's when we are closest to our godly design. And when we would rather play baseball than breathe, or we'd rather swim than breathe, or we'd rather, I don't know, juggle or do gardening than breathe, then please encourage them, because that's when I think we are most in touch with our design.
Do you want a wet willy?
I don't want, oh my God. I don't want a wet willy. I would not at 8 years old, not at 9 years old, and not at 64 years old. I don't. Okay, I posted a picture yesterday of me getting a wet willy, a champagne wet willy. And I swear to you, she got my left ear wet from the right side, and I'm not sure what that means. Okay, we're already into our next. Do you have a favorite food? I mean, you have a wonderful cookbook.
That's the wet willy. Look, honey, look. That's the wet willy.
Oh, my God. Look at that.
Yeah, we did it at the bar.
And that's why the champagne is in the center. I did frame that. Okay, I realize it's a little avant-garde, but I got the bug eyes. I got the ear. If you look very carefully, you can see her finger coming out of the other side of my head. No, and then I got her in there and the champagne. Do you have a favorite food?
Who has had a champagne? Champagne
is not a food.
It is. It's grapes.
Not. It's
grapes.
Please, just talk.
I'm just saying, when we did the champagne wet willy, we had all these stories about kids doing wet willies, introducing their friends or whatever.
Some people who didn't know what a wet willy was.
And then some didn't. And in the UK, they said a wet willy is a very different thing. So I think I know what they're talking about.
What did we find out the other day? A North Carolina squat?
North Carolina. Tony, help us, because that was something I posted. It's in North Carolina.
This truck was driving down the road.
And they're like this. Like the car's like this.
This is the guy
It's like, here's a car. It was like this, and he can barely see.
Driving. He can't see. I mean,
and everybody knew what it was except for us. It's like
squat. No,
it's in North Carolina.
Anyway, do you have a favorite food?
I like salt. I don't like sweets. So let's eliminate. I don't like sweets.
Salt is not a favorite food.
I like salt. I don't like sweets.
Salty.
I like red meat, rare. I like rare. I like.
What did you have last night? I thought your
well, it's
filet
medium
was really
rare.
good.
Yeah, at the Hollywood Bowl, John had.
I had the short.
The best, the short ribs, right?
The short rib.
So, and we were sharing a box with Rex Smith and his wife, and they had the fish.
And it would just fall right.
And
off
the fish didn't even come close to our red meat. And we might go to Musso and Frank's or the Smokehouse or whatever, but we're big carnivores. We eat a lot of red meat. And I personally like it a medium rare to rare. You, I think, are more like...
No. I like it medium rare to rare if it's a really good restaurant. But if it's questionable, then I'll go medium just to make sure that it's cooked. But normally I like to give the steak a fighting chance.
I mean, I'm a meat and potatoes person. I like meat and potatoes and a salad, and I'm good. How can you go wrong with meat and potatoes and a salad? And then,
speaking of
salads, I knew you were going to go there.
Oh my God, we were in Tampa. What is the name of it?
La Columbia.
The Columbia, not La Columbia.
My gosh!
Oh my goodness, it was amazing. The salad. It made me. If you follow our Facebook posts, Facebook posts, then you will see. That's so wrong. You will see that we actually made a salad sandwich out of this salad.
I'm so good.
Oh my gosh!
The Cuban bread and somehow
that
amazing salad.
Did we tell them
the secret ingredient?
The secret ingredient. You want to tell them? And how did you find out? So this is on the food topic. So we're there going, what in the world?
Why is this so good? Salad? Why is this so different? What's special? A salad is a salad is a salad, right? No.
It's iceberg lettuce. It's cheese. It's oil. It's balsamic, right?
But on the way out, they had this big old bottle of Worcestershire sauce. And I'm like, okay, that's it. That's a secret ingredient. And it is. And even the guy.
And the bartender was the last one. So the salad comes to the bar in the big salad bowl. And then the bartender does like this, and then she pours the Bugs Bunny called it Worcestershire.
But that's the secret ingredient, and boy, is it good!
Oh my gosh! So you got to go there if you get to Tampa, and they have several of them, right? Because there was
Florida.
one in Longboat Key. There were two in Tampa. So there's some other ones. Are they only in Florida?
I don't know, but I think so.
It's where the Cuban sandwich was invented. I'm sure the Cuban sandwich was invented in Cuba. But as far as the United States of America is concerned, that's where the Cuban sandwich was invented.
So when we were asking people what they wanted to hear about, I have to say travel was it was like 40%.
She's the one that got me taking pictures of my food.
Yeah,
I never
John
would have
was
done
like,
that.
"Oh, nobody cares about that." I'm like, "Are you
What are
crazy?"
you, 12? You're going to take pictures of your
The
food at
food
Johnny
and
Rockets?
drink,
Seriously?
the foodies, they love it, love it, love it, love it. It's a big deal. And I love it too. I love to look at beautiful food, beautiful drinks. And John had never done that. And I said, no, and take a picture of the
My
food.
mouth
and the
is
drink,
watering
whatever.
right now. I'm thinking
Right,
about all
but
these
that's
great food we've had.
But see, I think it's because we all have that in common. We all have food and drink in common. Every day we want to have a beautiful meal and we want to have it with friends, food and drink or whatever. So that is why it's so popular. I love it.
You could have the furthest left person in the world and the furthest right person in the world. If they eat that salad we just had, they'd have
They're buddies.
one thing they would
My
absolutely
buddy.
agree on.
My buddy.
Oh my God! Yeah, so food is the ultimate.
Food brings
playing
everyone
field
together.
leveler, right?
Yes.
And we've
But
been a
that's
couple
why
of
it's so
places.
popular.
We were someplace. We've been a lot of places. I've been everywhere, man.
I've
We've been
been
traveling
everywhere.
a lot lately, because we don't like to fly. Nothing against folks who
yeah, we
fly,
don't.
but I'm not a big fan of airports, and I just don't like being treated like a shoplifter in my own country. And that's how I feel that you're treated at the airport. And it's not their fault. I understand that. But we've been traveling a whole lot. And because of that, we've had this wonderful food lately. And we've also occasionally run into I wouldn't call them a bartender, I'd call them a mixologist, right? And one of the places we went was the Castle in what I would call Versailles, but in Kentucky they call it Versailles. and Versailles at the Castle that is owned by Wes Henderson. The bartender there is he's a mixologist. So he was making his own. What was he doing with honey and some? He was infusing.
He was muddling all kinds of stuff.
He was like, "You want to try this? You want to? It won't be ready for 6 months, but you can try it now." So you won't find those people at an Applebee's. Okay, you're just not. You're not going to find them at a Texas Roadhouse. And I understand that. Actually, Texas Roadhouse, I love the steak there. You get to pick your. I would get a medium rare steak at Texas Roadhouse, but not at Applebee's, and certainly not at Fridays. But if you go out and try to find the great things in this country, the great food, the great mixologists, the great, there's a difference between a tour guide. If you come here to Los Angeles, there's a difference between a tour guide that just got here from some other part of the country who's reading from a book and somebody who actually grew up here and is fascinated with Dead Man's Curve. And they want to tell you about Sunset Boulevard because they've been traveling on it for the last 40 years or the last 30 years. You can find these places in this country, but you have to look. They're not going to find you. Would you agree with that?
Yes,
Thank God she agrees with that.
I love my husband. He's so smart and charming and beautiful and amazing. Just so you know that. I wanted you to know that.
Thank you.
However.
However.
Now, I think that we really always look for the locals. We want the locals. We want to support the local. Look, small mom and pop restaurants and businesses, it's tough for them. I mean, I applaud Target and Walmart and whatever they do, but we, John and Dee Dee Schneider, are looking for the mom and pop small businesses, right?
Yeah.
We seek them out.
Especially if they made it through COVID.
Yeah, we seek them out. And you do whatever you want to do. What's great about America, it's a free country. You want to go to Target, you want to go to Walmart, have at it.
We understand convenience, but convenience comes with a price.
But we would rather pay a little more money for the mom and pops and support them. That's
take a
our
little more
choice.
time.
That's our choice. And that is the choice that we make. That's why we live in Madison, Indiana. So let's give a little shout out to our hometown.
Madison, Indiana.
So Madison has 133 blocks of historic landmark.
Contiguous,
I think.
Suspiciously contiguous.
And it's the only city like that in the country. It's the biggest one. And so in other words, the entire Main Street is a historic landmark. So it's beautiful. So go to Madison, Indiana, check it out. You will love it. We live there. We love
beautiful.
it. Mayor Bob.
But
Mayor Bob
hey,
Corning.
Mayor Bob.
So,
And my brother is also a mayor.
That's
Bob,
right.
in a beautiful little village called Stamford, New York. So, and I'm from a village, the village of Mount Kisco, New York. And you're from Mount Airy?
oh my God, I can't believe you got
Kentucky.
that wrong. No.
Mount Ararat?
Oh God,
Vesuvius?
no, it's even worse. All of it. It's getting
St.
worse.
Helen?
Oh my God, no, none of it's right. Okay,
Mount
so
Pilot. That's where Andy went to
maybe Pontius Pilate. Because that's about where you're going. Is your area?
yeah, but Pontius never made it past the pilot because that show just wasn't very good. Where are you from?
So I was born in Erie, Kentucky.
Airy, Kentucky. Oh, I'm sorry. I called it Mount
What?
Airy.
Well, you
If
should
somebody
know.
said I was from Kisco, I would say yes. I wouldn't say, oh, no, it's Mount Kisco.
Well, Erie, Kentucky.
Oh, look at that. We can't talk
who
about
is
this
calling
anymore.
you?
Nobody's calling me. That was the timer.
For what?
But we have to stop talking about that
Oh,
topic.
Tony the Tiger. Where do we have? Well, how much?
No, we have plenty.
I'm asking Tony. You're not the boss. He is.
I
How
have
much
the
time do we
timer
have?
right here. We have one more segment.
We have 9 minutes.
It's one more segment.
Okay. So anyway, so I was born just north of Hazard, Kentucky.
One Z. One
Yeah.
Z.
The onesie, so we're going to go there. We're going to scout it out. We're going to do a show called Earls of Perry, and we're going to scout it out. And
The Earls are a family who
it would
lives
be
in Perry
fabulous.
County, Kentucky, of which Hazard is the county seat.
yeah. So
And
Warner
you know what?
Brothers
Just because
can
I'm
kiss
contrary, I'm
off.
going to call it Mount Airy now.
Okay. So anyway, Erie, Kentucky, but I grew up in southern Indiana, which I love. The people there are lovely, and Kentuckiana is the best place in the world. So we live in Madison, which is
Floribama's
great.
is pretty cool too. I like Floribama.
Not even close.
And how about Biloxi? How about
Oh, God.
Gulf Shores? We
No.
were just in Gulf Shores.
No, and I love it, but it's not Kentuckiana, just so you know.
No, it's not Kentucky. That's true.
No,
Yeah, we're going to do everything we
Kentuckiana,
can
meaning Madison.
to help the
That's what I'm
folks
saying.
there who are in the coal mining industry, and hopefully we're going to bring that industry back, or at least we're going to shine a spotlight on what that industry was. First time I was in real Hazard, Kentucky was when.
Okay, by the way, everybody wait.
Do you recognize my voice?
I know. Real hazard. Just saying.
That's what I said.
I'm listening.
I find that increasingly hard to believe.
No, I was born just north of there.
I know you were born in Mount Airy.
No, it's not Mount Airy. And
Pontius
it's not
Pilate.
Ariat, like you said. Or
I said Airy. So
And it wasn't Pontius Pilate, the mayor.
there it is. Look at that. Oh, wait a minute. That looks exactly like the back lot because that's the same hill that was behind Fort Courage and behind that's Walton's Mountain if you were in Burbank. It's behind us right now. where we are right now. So-
Good night, John Boy.
Where's the mole when you need it? When first
Good night,
time
John Boy, Mary Ellen.
First time I was in the real Hazard, Kentucky, we were there to do Tom and Catherine and I were there to do a concert at Hazard High because there had just been a cave-in. So the coal mining industry, we need to support our coal miners. We need to support our oil drillers. We just need to, that's political again. But that's why I was there. There's going to be some of that in the Earls of Perry because the families there, because they're restricted from coal production, have to turn to something in order to be able to pay the bills, right? So I think you're going to like the Earls of Perry. We are going to scout the Earls. What are you on your phone?
No.
Okay. Show of hands, how many people just love it when you're talking and somebody gets on their phone?
And I,
Yeah, thank you.
and I'm just a coal miner's daughter.
Well, we have to do the lightning round now. Is that one of your favorite movies? Can
What?
you name the actress, and actor in that? Can you name Sissy Spacek and Tommy Lee Jones?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was about to, Mr. Smarty Pants, of course.
Great movie. Great movie.
I know that.
Do you have a favorite movie? I know.
Of what?
I know.
What are you talking about? You mean the
people
Dukes,
ask us.
You mean the Dukes of Hazzard went to Hollywood movie? Oh yeah, that's thumbs up, man. Woo!
I didn't even like that. I was in it. And I didn't
That
care for
Dukes
that.
of Hazzard Hollywood movie. Oh my God, that was the best freaking movie ever. I can't even tell you. You all need to look it up. I watch it every night.
Well, that one
so
where
great.
you played an Iranian princess is one of my favorite films of all time. 2. I would have to say certainly in the world of Italian mafioso movies, I think Goodfellas is absolutely.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yep. But if you are a fan of The Godfather, please watch. Who did that? Was it? It wasn't. I'm not even going to say their name because I don't like
Paramount,
them.
right? No.
Well, Paramount did it, so it was on Paramount Plus, I guess.
The
It was
Offer.
The Offer.
God,
if you're a fan
that's
of
so
The Godfather,
good. So good.
Please watch The Offer. And one of the folks in that movie was a dear friend of mine for quite a while. I guess I'm part of the only failures because we never got anything sold. But Al Ruddy is the reason why The Godfather ever happened in the first place. And if you don't know the legend of that, the TV series that Al Ruddy developed, created, and produced before he did The Godfather was Hogan's Heroes. So if that doesn't make you want to watch this thing called The Offer, then I think you should. As far as television movies and all that goes, The Offer is my favorite.
I know, but when is your favorite movie of all time?
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Really?
Yep. Love
You're
Redford.
very
love
Robert
Newman.
Redford, although you're kind of Paul Newman as well. You're kind of, oh my
Well,
God,
Cool Hand Luke
you're
is great,
totally
too.
a hybrid of both. You're very
The Candidate.
You're very Robert Redford and Paul Newman. Don't you all agree? I think he is. Is John
Thank you,
Schneider
thank
more
you.
Paul Newman or Robert Redford? That's a good question.
Okay, we'll have to answer that the next time because we're obviously not going to get to reverse quantum physics because that was on it was. It's on the list. It
we
was
were
on the
never
list.
getting to that.
We were. I was going to get to that.
Do you
So,
like Gone
folks,
with the Wind?
I
like
love Gone with the Wind.
Casablanca?
I love Casablanca.
Singing
Or
in the Rain?
Casablanca. I'm never quite sure how to pronounce that.
Singing in the Rain?
The classics, yeah, I love the classic films.
So do I. I love TCM.
Yankee Doodle Dandy, fantastic. And you have your wine is advertised. Sorvino Vino
Oh,
is
yeah,
advertised
it's part of
on
the TCM
Turner
Wine
Classic
Club.
Movies.
Part of the TCM Wine Club of Sorvino
Go ahead,
Vino.
promote that.
I just did.
That was it. Well, and I have the moonshine, which is called Revenuers Reserve because it's so good. When the revenuers come to break it up with a baseball bat, they taste it,
And
put
they
the
take
bats
it away.
and they get the jugs and they take it away. And the reason I know that is because when I first went to Hazard, Kentucky, the real Hazard, to do that benefit concert for the families of the folks who had been killed in the cave-in, the sheriff brought me to a very special room where the moonshine, he said, there's a lot of moonshine made back in those
Confiscation
hills.
room.
So he brought me there and he said, this was the stuff that was too good to pour out.
Hence
And that,
the commercial.
I thought, hence the commercial. So you can check out the commercial. Maybe we can show the commercial. I think we're out of time, but we're going to do this again, and I'm going to wear a shirt that won't be in one of the pictures that we show you. You take care. Thanks for tuning in to Drinks with Dee Dee.
And John.